Welcome to the Minor Student Athlete Feature. We have Keegan Baxmeyer from the baseball team joining us. And Keegan, how are things going so far with yourself and the preparations for the spring season?
Yeah, it's all going really good. I think our coaches and our staff's doing a good job keeping everybody safe with the protocols and the way we're working out in the fall, doing practices. I think we'll be ready for spring. It's looking good.
And right now you're in the middle of your Fall World Series. As we're talking here, we're 2 games into with 1 game to go. It's a tied series right now and pretty competitive series so far. I mean, both teams have scored a lot of runs in their victories and all that. And kind of what have you seen so far during this series?
One thing I think I noticed is the resiliency in our hitters and in our pitchers. But as the game progresses, you get down late in innings, you'll be down a couple runs, and we've done a good job of sticking with it and still scoring those runs, not getting down on ourselves, and pitchers being able to come back in those big situations and also be able to pitch themselves out of some trouble too. That's what I really like to see.
Now, granted, you're in a competition right now. Your team selected the 2 sides and all that, but you've got a lot of scrimmages amongst yourselves and all that. So you got to see yourselves on an everyday basis out there. Kind of, how do you feel about things with the team? On the field from what you've seen here during the last month or so.
Well, there's a lot of good things, but there's also a lot of bad things. I think a team as young as we are, we have a lot of growing to do, and we've definitely taken some steps this fall, but we really got a lot of growing to do. I think we're going to get there eventually, but especially you guys like myself who do have experience, we need to step up and really kick those younger guys in the butt, make sure we're where we need to be at for the spring, and I think we're going to get there.
Yeah. Now, you came here from the junior college level. You played at Southwestern Illinois. You had a great deal of success those 2 years you played over there. What do you feel was the biggest adjustment you had to make, going from there to playing here in the Great Lakes Valley Conference?
Well, in the junior college level, you'll certainly see pitchers that probably have a higher skill level every now and then, but at the Division II level, GLVC, I think day to day you're seeing better pitchers every day, and you really got to be able to make an adjustment there and switch up your approach. And that's something that I don't think I really did my first year here, and I think I did my second year here. That's why I'm seeing the success I did see. But that's definitely the main thing is the level of competition. Definitely day-to-day basis is better.
Now, kind of from your standpoint, what adjustments were you able to make from year 1 to year 2 here? You had obviously a little bit of time struggle a little bit during your junior year, but in the 15 games we played last year, you really had some good numbers and all that. So, kind of what do you kind of attributed to that improvement?
Right. Well, the biggest change I had to make was that you don't always have to get a hit every time you go up to the bat. Getting a walk, you can bunt. Getting hit by a pitch, it's all the same as getting a hit. You can't just go up there thinking every single pitch is yours and you have to swing at it. And once I finally got that in my mindset, I made a big change, and that's why the numbers changed my second year here.
Well, even in the series on the other day, you got a bunt single to drive in a run. So, I mean, any way you get on base is important. Now, you've been here 2+ years. Kind of how do you view your role? You talked about it a little bit here a moment ago, but how do you kind of view your role from a leadership standpoint?
Well, being my junior college team, being at SWIC, I was the guy I was almost the team dad. I was doing everything out there. And then I realized I'm not going to be the leader my first year here. There's guys that have been in the program and that they have the reins. But I learned a lot my first year, and I was able to be, my second year, I think, a really good leader to some of the younger guys, be able to show them what needs to be done as a leader and give them that kick in the butt if they ever need it.
Yeah. Now, from your standpoint, how did you work around matters during the pandemic? Obviously, our season got halted early and all that, and we went through a lot of periods. Maybe you couldn't get to a gym or something like that to work out and stuff like that. How did you kind of deal with the matters during the spring and summer, around that?
Right. Well, once the season was ended and we weren't allowed to use any of the facilities, my roommate and teammate, Joe Wolf, and I, we actually went to the basketball courts at the park, and we do one-on-one every day to try to keep our competitive edge at least and stay in shape. And then over the summer, once I got home, I'm from a smaller town. We didn't have the problems that you see in these big cities, so my summer league carried on almost as usual and got in almost a full season.
So you got a lot of ball played during the summer, even though a lot of things have shut down, you got to play quite a bit. So.
Exactly.
Now, kind of speaking of playing all that, the NCAA did grant the spring sport athletes from the 2020 season a waiver to become eligibility. And a lot of your teammates you played with last year that were seniors and all that chose not to come back. But you did decide to come back along with Brady Washoots and right now as in a co-op. Kind of what was that decision to come back and play another year of baseball?
Well, I would say I was definitely in a different spot than those other guys. I mean, when they were graduating, it's hard to, especially when they got jobs lined up. It's hard to pass that up. Me, I had a full year still. I have to finish class. And so when Coach DeGraffner gave me the opportunity, I was still going to get a scholarship. It wasn't even a choice.
Yeah. Now, one of the things you had to be disappointed in was when things got halted back in March, during the pandemic. Your team had won 6 of the last 7 games. It really kind of started to come around. A little bit of a slow start, but really kind of coming around there at the first part of March and all that. Kind of what was the mindset of everybody at the point in time this happened? And, is there anything you can take from that going into this season?
Yeah, I remember just sitting there, the last team meeting we had, all the seniors were just kind of sitting there thinking, man, what do we do now? And I'm just always going to remember that feeling. And I think everyone needs to just feel how grateful they are that we still get to play a kid's game right now. I'm almost 23 years old, and I still go out there and play the game that I was when I was 6. And so I think I'm never going to take that for granted again. I hope I get to take that in the spring.
And you played this since you're 6 years old, so you played a lot of baseball over your life and all that. What made you decide to come to Missouri S&T?
Well, besides it being perfect for the degree, the career path I wanted to go to, Coach DeGraff and Reed decided to recruit one of my best friends since childhood, Joe Wolf, and we were playing the same junior college together. And so when I know he was going to go there, it was kind of hard to pass up. I couldn't give that up for another 2 years, being able to play with them again.
Now, you're a civil engineering major.
Yes.
Kind of what made you decide to go in that direction?
Well, my family owns a construction company. My grandpa started it over 60 years now. And so I've always wanted to do that. I plan on once I graduate, I want to continue that legacy, and I'm looking forward to start it once my career here is finished.
And maybe eventually take over the family business at some point in time and
I hope so.
try to be very successful in that regard. So this is kind of what you're planning after graduation, kind of get into that business and all that, and just maybe work your way up to maybe where you're eventually the owner of it and all that, and go from there.
Absolutely.
Well, Keegan, congratulations and all that, and certainly wish you the best of luck in the coming season.
Thank you. Thank you very much.